Hello, my name is Jason Nordic. I am currently a student at NDSCS, which is North Dakota State College of Science, and I am in the paramedic program. In this video, I'll be describing the anatomy and the function of the human heart. For this video, I have printed off a diagram to help describe the anatomy of it to you. The walls of our heart contain three different layers. It has the internal layer, which is the endocardium. It's slippery and allows the blood not to stick to the heart, and so that way when the heart contracts, it is pushed throughout the body of the lungs. It contains the myocardium, which is the thickest layer. It is the muscular cells of the heart. The muscular cells on our left ventricle are much thicker than our right ventricle, since it takes more force to push the blood to our body than it does to our lungs. And then the outer layer is our pericardial sac. Our heart contains four areas, which is the right atrium, the right ventricle, the left atrium, and the left ventricle. Our right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from our body, receives this from the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava. From the right atrium, it goes through the tricuspid valve into the right ventricle. The right ventricle then contracts or squeezes and pushes the blood into the pulmonary artery, which goes to our lungs. Once in the lungs, the blood gets oxygenated in the alveoli and the carbon dioxide is taken out. It then returns via the pulmonary veins into the left atrium. Left atrium contracts, pushes the blood through the mitral valve into the left ventricle. The left ventricle then contracts, pushes the blood through the aortic valve into the aorta, which is the main artery that supplies blood to our body. Now, our heart has mechanical and electrical components. The mechanical components is the muscular cells in the walls of the ventricles and atrium that contract. The electrical components is where the signal travels to tell the atrium and ventricles when to contract. The electrical components of the heart consist of the SA node, the AV node, internodal conduction tracts, bundle of His, right and left bundle branches, and the Purkinje fibers. The SA node is the original location that the electrical activity starts in. From there, it goes into the internodal conduction tracts into the AV node. The AV node it's also called the atrioventricular junction because it also contains the bundle of His. It then goes into the right and left bundle branches, which is in the interventricular septum, which is the middle tissue between the left and the right ventricles. From the branch, it goes to the Purkinje fibers, which go down around the ventricles and up the sides, which then allows them to contract and force the blood into either the lungs or our body. Now, the regulatory location of our heart is our medulla oblongata in our brain, but some of the heart cells also have what is called automaticity, which allows them to be able to create an electrical impulse on their own. These are located in the electrical components of a heart, and in the SA node, it allows it to contract between 60 and 100 beats per minute. But if the SA node were to fail or slow down, the atrioventricular junction or the AV node can also make the heart contract at a rate of 40 to 60 beats per minute. And if our SA node and AV node were to fail, our right and left bundle branches and Purkinje fibers would be able to make the heart contract at a rate of less than 40 beats per minute. Throughout our body, we have veins and arteries. Veins carry deoxygenated blood from the body back to our heart, and in our arteries, which you can see is pulsating there, carry oxygen-rich blood from the heart around our body so that our cells may survive and get that oxygen and get rid of the carbon dioxide. For this video, my diagram was obtained from JB Learning. and the information was obtained from our textbook, EKG and 12-lead interpretation by Keith Wesley. Hope you're able to understand a little more of how our heart works, and I hope you've learned something through this video. Thank you.